Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M44, the Tier 6 American SPG, and we're located on the southwest spawn of Mannerheim Line, or Arctic region. And the name of the commander is Running Hawk. And I think you can see that alongside him is a Fifi, yes, and another M44. Well, battle's commenced. Moving back into the rear. Get a good firing position. Oh, Katyusha rockets coming out. Not as noisy as they once were. I think Wargaming must have toned down the sound a bit because it may have been a bit too much for some people. It looks like Running Hawk's going off into the trees. It's got a nice little position there, and okay. He's ready to shoot and he's extending his aim. He's going to fire on heavy alley. That's what I tend to do if I'm in the southwest spawn. Always plenty of willing victims. I know it sounds terrible, but it's so much fun. Okay, he's looking for targets. There's nobody in the south at the moment. A fairly heavy contingent of heavies has gone north. Surprising really, because that's not normally the meta. Heavies will stay down south, mediums go up north. But now they're waiting on the corner in C1, waiting for some enemy to appear in the grid squares at A4, A5. Nobody yet, so Running Hawk is actually looking where he thinks the enemy Arty is going to be located. Oh, explosion there in the background. I think he's looking for Tracer coming from those bushes. Normally an Arty will hide behind some of those bushes. Ever since they made the changes to the map, a lot of Arty players tend to congregate around those bushes. Before they used to find places all over the grid, but it's a bit too open really at the back of the northeast corner now. So you tend to find whatever cover you can go to. Now, did he see something there? He may have seen a Tracer. Okay, we've got a heavy tank at last. It's a Churchill 3. It's a Tier 5 Russian Churchill. The premium version. And he's hugging that wall, which is making him a very difficult target. In fact, virtually impossible. He's going to have to try and splash him. No, he hits the rock face. It's a very difficult shot, that one. And we've also got a Wolverine up north. So the enemy's being very cagey. They're not coming out to play. I think they're being very defensive. And 843's moved forward to deal with that Wolverine. And he's also found a Panzer IV-H. We've got a Chi-Nu in the south. That round did splash the Churchill for 55. And he's got 2 critical hits, which I presume will be the tracks. He's going to try and plant another round in there. Round out again. And he does. He stuns the Churchill. But he doesn't do any damage this time around. Now, the great thing about the M44 is its fast reload time. It's got a reload of about 16 seconds if you use premium consumables. And Running Hawk's not using premium because it is expensive. So his reload is probably about 17 seconds. A good crew with BIA can run about 17 seconds worth. He's looking for a Tracer. Would indicate where the enemy Arty are. Okay, now there's some action going on down south. I've got the Churchill here, which is the Tier 5 British heavy. And he gets a lovely direct hit there. 146 hit points, right on the money. It looks like it actually hit the front. Oh, and the Churchill's gone. He's out the game. He was taken out by the T-67. I've got a P-43 up in grid squares G4. There's a Wolverine up there who's holding off the combined attack of the heavies. Fires around him. It's a long way to go. And he splashes him to death for 92 hit points. It's always worthwhile. If you've got a lightly skinned tank destroyer or something like that, you can splash an enemy to death if they've got very low hit points. So it's worth firing a shot in, even at extreme range. And he has got a long flight time there. It's about 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds to get to the target. No, actually, it's about 3.3 seconds, sorry, there to the target. Beg your pardon. Now, where did that Hellcat go? Well, we're looking for Arty again. No sign of the tracer yet. Another place they can hide is up here, but that is slightly out of range. You are firing from one end of the map to the other. He's firing a speculative shot at a bush. That's always worth a try as well. If you can't actually see the tracer, you can go for the bushes that you're most likely to have an Arty behind, because it might be that Arty hasn't fired. And that tree just went down, so something made it fall, and it fell in the other direction. So I think if the enemy did knock that tree down, there's another tree just went down over there. That tends to indicate that the enemy moved and knocked the trees down and moved into a position just around that corner. There's that Churchill 3 again. Dialing in the aim. Got to get tight and round out. Nope. RNG made the shell fall to one side. Now we saw those trees go down, but there's no tracer. Right, we've got a Chinook. It's a tier 5 Japanese tank. Japanese medium. Fires around in and lands next to it. We don't know if it did any damage. I'm pretty sure it would have stunned him. And that Tiger 131 is on fire. Oh, and he's getting more rounds going. If only to reload. Oh, Tiger 131 goes down before we can shoot. And the Churchill 3 has come away from the wall. Round goes in. Oh, and again we only stun him. He pulls back to the wall just in time. And there was the Bishop. Okay, he was in that tiny little bush all on his own. Now he's loaded. Work out where he's going to be and fire the round in there. And well, it landed close to the Bishop. I don't know if it did any damage. But we've got a whole bunch of enemy now trying to defend their cap area. He's following the Bishop to try and get him. Round out. He might hit both of them there. He might have hit the Su-85. The Bishop is certainly running for cover. He's going for those trees. And now he's stopped to shoot. And we're loaded. Now, round out straight away. And it lands, but I think the Bishop must have moved in the meanwhile. I saw a tracer there. And there's the Su-85. Okay, we can go for what we can see. And there's the Bishop. He's going to go for the Su-85. And the Bishop, the Su-85's gone down. So our shell's wasted, but the Bishop is retreating. We saw him pulling back. Oh, and he fired again just there. There's a Dicamax there. Now, where did that Bishop go to? He must be in the dip still, because if he'd gone any higher... Oh, and that Dicamax has just been wiped out. Okay, that's a round coming in from the other M44. We're looking for the tracer from that Bishop. Trouble is, we're almost at maximum range. You can see that because the reticules become flattened. When it becomes completely flat, that is maximum range. So he might be out of range now. There's an FP304, the tier 6 British SPG. Fires a round in. He's not going to get direct hit, but he might get a splash. No, lands just too far away. The Hellcat's been spotted. Going to go for the Hellcat. Looks like... Oh, no, he's trying to turn to deal with that ELC, but the ELC's been killed by our FP304. Fires around in on Hellcat. Long flight. Splashes the Hellcat for 45. So, we've got 3 Arties defending against 3 Artys, 2 tank destroyers and a medium. They do have that Chinook, and they do have that Hellcat still, but the Hellcat is very badly damaged. Okay, it looks to me like Running Hawk's going to try and get a bit closer, and I think that's important because in this particular instance, he was at maximum range. He wouldn't have been able to hit the whole battlefield, and I'm pretty sure that Bishop might have pulled back even further. Otherwise, he would have been discovered a little earlier when our teammate went after the Hellcat. Okay, now he's within range. There's the Hellcat, dialing in the aim. It's important to get a nice close reticule. A lot of beginners to Arty fire when the reticule is quite full, quite big, and that's a bit of a mistake, because if you do that, you will more than likely miss. Now he's got a red line there. That indicates there's an obstruction in the way, and it's actually that cliff. It's just too close. He needs to get closer. We've also got that Chinook over there, and the Chinook is threatening, or was threatening rather, the Fifi, the Leffy, but not anymore. He's been wiped out. So we're going to try and get closer. It's 3 Artys versus 3 Artys and the tank destroyer, and our Wolverine is at full health, and it looks like that M44 is going after our PP. Oh, he just took him out with one derp shot, 155mm round. It looks like Running Hawk's going to give that M44 a what for seeing to, and here he goes. Oh, he rams each other, and they both died. Oh, he rammed him to death, but they both died in the action. Mind you, that is a fair exchange now, because it's down to 2 Arty versus an Arty and a tank destroyer. Both the players on our team are both full strength. We don't know what the state of play of the FE304 is, but we know for certain the Bishop has lost most of his health. I think the FE304 is a fairly good player, because after all, he did take out one of our players with a quick snapshot. But they both are defending their cap at the moment, so they're just ahead of the Wolverine. And the M44, who is quite a long way away, could actually move a bit closer, so that the entire cap area, or entire northeast area of the map, is under our observation and fire. Okay, there's the FE304. Found him. He missed. Okay, now go for the kill shot, and he takes him out the game. 72 hit points. Now only the Bishop left, and we know the Bishop is suffering. He's got very little in the way of hit points. All you need to do is keep dodging. There you see the Bishop's trying to fire, but he's got such a narrow arc of fire, and bang, he's gone, and that's a winning battle. So the Wolverine gets the last 2 kills, and that brings his score up to 3. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats for Running Hawk. And he managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 13. He got an eye for an eye because he took out the enemy M44 at the same time as being taken out himself in the same exchange. So unfortunate, but it happens, and it was a good exchange in that case. He got a Confederate medal because he took out more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, or rather hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team during that battle. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by others, and yes, we can see those 6 tanks there. And if we look at the team score, we can see that Running Hawk was actually 5th on the table, 793 hit points. The other M44 came 4th with 826. Running Hawk managed to get 2 kills. The M44 came top score with 4. But that 2 kills still puts him in joint 2nd place, or joint 3rd place, I should say, just below the Wolverine. And when it came to base XP, Running Hawk managed to get 6th position with 521 experience points, base experience points, whilst the M44 managed to get 538, and the top scorer was the T67 with 835. He fired 19 rounds during the battle, got 2 direct hits, 2 penetrations, 9 splash, damage of 793 hit points, of which 673 were up more than 300 meters. Obviously, the closer damage was the damage to the M44 as he ran into him. He damaged 80 of the enemy, killed 2 of them, and did stun assistance of 238 hit points off 8 stuns. On a premium counter, he earned 24,033 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he still had 12,101 credits left over, and he received 782 XP times 2 for the first victory, so he actually took away 1,564 XP altogether. But a pretty satisfying battle there, and I think he did take the right decision to ram the M44. He might have been able to derp him though before hitting him. And if he actually had done that, then he would have just been hitting a wreck, and I doubt that would have been fatal. It would have done some damage to him, but sometimes it's worth considering. If you are actually badly damaged in an SPG and you are loaded, you can sometimes run at an enemy, shoot them just before you make contact with their hull, detonate their hull, and then effectively just slam yourself into a wreck. And even if you miss with the derp shot, you'll then get them with the ram shot. But that sometimes can be a good way of staying alive if there's still a battle to fight afterwards. So thanks very much for sending in this replay, Running Hawk. If you appreciated this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.